So some of you may or may not be aware of the trouble that's going off in Ireland. That's Southern Ireland. There is a difference. One's Northern Ireland, the other's called Ireland, or the Republic of Ireland. Anyway, it's going off there. The obvious reasons why it's going off is they've imported en masse a group of individuals which have different ways of looking at the world, different religion. They've no interest in assimilating. They're there to conquer Ireland. A lot of lefties over there are trying to support the narrative that we should be doing everything we can to help these little boat people, the migrant people. We call them the boat people, but they get flown in over there. God knows how else they come in, but they do. I think they might come in by the ferry, whatever. Anyway, I predicted about 5-6 years ago that there would be 1 million within 10 years. Well, at the moment there's 1.4 million, and within 10 years there'll be 2 million. So I was a little bit short of the target. Anyway, Tommy Robinson's over there at the moment, and he's going to report on this, but he's punching a bit clever. Or boxing a bit clever, if you want to call it that. He's decided that if he shows up actually at these protests, then the protests, the people who are reporting, badly I might like to add, because at the moment they're not reporting that lefties are driving into protesters and trying to run them down. I've recorded 2, but apparently again last night there was another one, and had Tommy have been there, he said in his own words that it would all be a far-right protest, which is what they're trying to dub these people who would predict in say for instance Southern Ireland. Predominantly they're more either socialist, or they're more liberal, or they're more leftist. But even these people cannot ignore what's going on at the moment: the mass rape, the violence, the stabbings, the looting, all the rest of the stuff that's going on at the moment, right? They can no longer keep their mouth shut, and they're terrified. That's a fact, right? So he's gone over there, and what he's going to do is individually, away from these protests, interview people, so the media can't pick up and change the narrative. Rather than reporting on that there's acts of terrorism and people running people down now because they don't agree in the narrative, or they're not, you know, whatever, they would have just swung the camera straight around him and they'd have used him, right? So he's using his brain, and he's staying away, and he'll just interview people in his own way. I don't know which media platforms he'll be putting them out on, but he will. Now, love him or hate him, and there is a lot of division, you cannot take away from the fact that he brought our attention to the grooming gangs up and down the UK. And since then, there's been a lot of other stuff that he's brought attention to. And he will get coverage over there. But if you haven't looked into it, which if you're probably subscribed to me, I'll be surprised. But if you haven't, go and look at what's going off over in Southern Ireland. And imagine the population of Ireland, as I remember it, was getting around about 4 million, right? Back in, say, 2010, something like that. North and south. I think it was about that. And now think about the population increase. And incidentally, if you get the chance, in the UK, look up what the population was in the UK in 2010. Which you'll be able to find out. And now look at what the population is. We've had a raise of 6% of other ethnicities since 2010. Might not sound a lot, but as they're predominantly Muslim, okay, that is a lot, because you have to look at the population within any country of what Muslims are like, right? 0.5%, 1%, 2%. 5%, they're asking for a change in the law, they're asking for Sharia areas and stuff like this. 15%, you're in a whole world of pain, all right? So we are heading towards that, okay? And you'll have predominantly Muslim areas where, you know, non-Muslims won't be allowed. We're already seeing this now. Sharia patrols, our lot are letting that happen. The police are letting that happen. And this is not a new thing. It's been going up and down in the country for quite a while. So there it is. Anyway, go over, see the trouble over in Ireland at the moment, right? Because here's the thing. We always used to say, years ago, check out America, because what happens there will eventually come to us. Well, in this case, look at Southern Ireland, or the Republic of Ireland, look at what's going on there, and then think about it, because that will happen here. Now, if we hadn't had Brexit, and we didn't have that channel between us, we would have had so many more, all right? So go and have a look what's happened to France. Is it recognisable now in Paris? Well, no, it's not. It's like a third world country in many parts. Go and have a look at places in Italy. Go and have a look at all over where they're letting this happen, and then see for yourself. But there it is. Anyway, It's an absolutely miserable day out there. It's raining, the wind's blowing a gale, and it's a Friday, so enjoy yourselves. Anyway, I'll see you soon.